This is an explanation of exercise 2.24. This is the seven chord in minor key. You are only going to be playing the minor version of this week. You'll do the 7/7 in a major key next week for the next module. So this particular chord progression, and if you want to write this in underneath, it's definitely helpful. It's a minor 1 chord, and then a major 7, and then a major 6, and then a 2/6, and then a minor 1/6/4, then a 5/7, and then a minor 1. So it goes 1 7 6 2 6 1 6 4 5 7 1. So the only chords in the minor key that you're not playing this time is the 3 chord and the 4 chord. So you're hitting pretty much everything that you might need to hit with this chord progression right here. So thinking about this, part of why the 7 works so well is because number 1, we're not going to raise it. We're technically going down the scale, so that's acceptable, right? To just leave a lowered 7th. But it also gives us this lovely walking process to get us down to the 6. So it works again in this no man's land between the tonic and the subdominant as different ways to move around the key. So we go 1, and then a 7 in root position, and then a 6 in root position. And then we're going to skip a little scale degree and go to the 3rd of the 2/6, which is the 4th scale degree. And then we'll go to the 5, which will let us make our 1/6/4, hop down the octave to do our 5/7, and then come back to the tonic for our 1. So it's a lovely little bass line. And most of these chords we're going to be familiar with. The only one that's going to be a bit of a challenge for us, because it's new, is that 7 chord. But remember, it's going to be major and in root position. So everything moves up to find our way. So we have the root, the 3rd, the 5th, and the root. So we were here. So if you look at this really closely, these two, your outer notes, just move up a whole step each. And then your middle, whatever you've got in the middle, has to move a little further, but it moves to the root of the chord. So that sort of helps you anchor it. And then we're going to go to the 6th chord. So we were here. Now these two move up a whole step, well, a whole step and a half step, and then this is going to skip a 3rd. Okay, so those first 3 chords look like this. And now we got to find our 2/6. So we're going to have the 3rd here. This is going to stay right where it is as the 5th. And then both of these move up a whole step. So we were here for the 6, and then for the 2/6, so starting from the beginning, it looks like this. And now we need a 1/6/4. So we were here, and everything moves down. These two move down a half step. Whoops, sorry. Just this one moves down a half step, sorry. So there you go. Just showing you how that looks a couple times. So your upper 2 voices move down a whole step, and that just moves down a half step. So, and And this finds us in our 164, so that's the fifth of the chord, root third of our 164, and now we need to find our way to a 5/7. So now this is down a whole step, down a half step, down a half step. So we were here, and then that takes us just right back to the 1 with the soprano in the with the tonic and the soprano in the right hand. So just look at those last four chords for just a little bit. So here's the 2/6, 2/6, 1/6/4, 5/7, and then down to the 1. So as you can see, there's a reason we're not going to make you do this in major and minor. It is plenty on its own right now. So it looks like this. That's the gist of it. There will be another video that takes you through all of the keys as you do this particular exercise.